So seeing as this is my first video, I'd just like to introduce myself. My name is James and I own an allotment. I've had it now for 2.5 years. This is my allotment. I acquired it just before lockdown, so it was quite good to do during lockdown. Today, for my first video, I would like to show you all what I do with my tomatoes. I've got about 15 different heritage tomatoes here. They're getting a little bit big for their pots, so the leaves are going a little bit yellow on some of them. I'm not particularly worried about that. It means they need potting up. Nighttime temperatures are okay now, so I'm going to put them in the polytunnel. So this is the polytunnel in which I will be growing the tomatoes in. I've already got some peppers in here, a couple of cucumbers, there's a cauliflower there. I decided to leave in to let it finish. Strawberries along here. They're doing really well actually. So I've mulched this bed, ready to plant the tomatoes in. So these beds consist of topsoil, so well rotted horse manure, also have a good layer of compost along the top. Then I have stuck straw on the top as a mulch to stop weeds to help retain moisture. Also it stops soil from splashing up onto the tomatoes when I'm watering, so it helps stop diseases, and eventually it will also rot down into the soil and will feed the soil. Now I've got one row of carrots in here which still haven't finished, but I'd like to keep them in. I didn't want to throw any more away. So first off, I'm in the digging hole. I am putting a handful of worm castings, and I'm also putting a handful of sulphate of potash. So when I plant my tomatoes, I trim off the first couple of leaves. I want to plant them as deep as possible. So the roots will come out of the stem here, and they will get a better root system. So a good handful of worm castings. And then I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of sulphate of potash in the hole. Like that. Like that. Planted them about 12 inches apart, roughly. I'm not using a ruler, I'm just using my eyes. So yes, I'm going to get on with potting the rest of the tomatoes planted. So these are the F1 varieties of tomato which are in the greenhouse. As you can see, there's side shoots appearing, so I trim them off as they appear. And what that does is then that trains the plant up rather than bushy, which ends up with a better tomato plant. And then when it gets to about 5-6 trusses of tomato, and then I will trim the top off to stop it growing any further. And I also cut the bottom half of the leaves off to expose the sun to the tomatoes so they ripen better. I will also be companion planting marigolds with the tomatoes as well. I'll probably do that tomorrow, as well as basil as well, companion planting. And it's really important to companion plant. It deters pests and also it looks good as well. And basil goes perfectly with tomatoes. So that was my first YouTube video, and that's what I do with my tomatoes. If you like the video, then please smash the like button and subscribe. Thank you. Take care.